Welcome to the 2023 Job Connect Cafe. This event is brought to you by the Mennonite New Life Center of Toronto. My name is Elena Jera, and I am honored to be your master of ceremony and for this exciting and informative gathering. Our schedule is packed. I was asked that today by the executive director. And so I do want to introduce him. Our new executive director of Mennonite New Life Center is Dwayne O'Connor. Dwayne has extensive experience in executive leadership roles, confronting the social and economic inequities that give rise to poverty, homelessness, and mental health and addictions, and other barriers that the center's vulnerable newcomer clients face. Dwayne has been actively involved in anti-racism through his work as the chair of the Diversity Council at University Health Network, a member of the Health Equity Tribunal, and member of the Color of Poverty Network. He is also active in the Indigenous community and certified as a feather carrier to help those in the community combat suicide and celebrate life. So please join me in giving a round of applause, or you could wave your hands or show some emojis, and let's welcome Dwayne. Thank you.
Hello. How's everyone? Thank you for inviting me to the Job Connect Cafe. And I want to say this is the first one for this year. Is that right, Elena? Or is it the only one for the year, sort of thing?
For us, yes, this is the only one for this year so far, yeah.
Okay, great. So everybody, welcome to the Job Connect Cafe. And I want to let you know, as many of you probably already know, that Mennonite New Life Center is committed to helping newcomers to Canada access the knowledge and resources they need to thrive in their new environment. One crucial aspect of this is providing information assistance with the fundamentals of financial literacy, a challenge that many newcomers face when adapting to the new financial system and culture, amongst many other things. Our Job Connect Cafe is a platform that caters to a wide range of individuals searching for career development and employment prospects, and we are hoping and praying that we'll be successful today. We believe that your presence, will greatly enhance this event's reach and impact, and your support is in spreading the word about the event among your contacts and community partners will be immensely appreciated. And we will be here to answer any questions that you see fit. So again, I say welcome to the Job Connect Cafe, and I am looking forward to hearing the event as it goes on.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Dwayne. And now I'd like to welcome Leticia Esquivel. And Leticia is the Community Mental Health Program Manager at the Mennonite New Life Center of Toronto. She has 15 years of experience in the settlement sector as a Community Mental Health Program Manager at the Mennonite New Life Center of Toronto. Leticia supervises international training professionals in the mental health field and promotes holistic initiatives to foster well-being, social inclusion, and support newcomers to thrive in the Canadian culture. Leticia?
Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here, everyone. So all the organizers, the guest speakers, and all the participants, is great seeing all of you here, all this very populate space now. So I am going to introduce the HOPES program, which is the program that is auspiciated in this event. The HOPES program, which acronym means Helping Our Newcomers Prepare for Employment Success, is a program that started 10 years ago. The purpose of the program is to support all the newcomers that are looking for employment, and they require coaching, emotional support, social assistance due to the stress that is experienced in the resettlement process. So the program has different stages, things individual counseling, online employment workshops, even for employment or for entrepreneurship, individual coaching in employment and entrepreneurship. And at the end, what we try is to ensure that participants acquire new employment skills, think about alternative to create employment action plans and also build the confidence they need to go through all this process and reduce the stress. So this event, this Job Connect Cafe, is a way to provide information and connect with valuable sources that we hope that you all find beneficial for all your purpose. So welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dwayne, and thank you, Leticia. So now we are going to move on to our first engaging panel discussion. And I really do have the pleasure of interviewing two distinguished panelists who will shed some light on the Bridging Program and Building Up Canada. Bridging Program is part of the Mennonite New Life Center programs. Alexandra Rodriguez is the Bridging Program Project Manager of the Mennonite New Life Center at Toronto. Over the past 8 years, Alexandra has been supporting internationally trained professionals in finding their career pathways in Canada. Her main goal as a leader of this program is to support the well-being of clients by offering meaningful trainings that will allow them to find meaningful jobs. And Melissa Savone, Melissa is the Outreach Manager with Building Up Canada. Her role involves the exciting tasks of identifying new participants for Building Up's incredible 16-week pre-apprenticeship program and providing them with all the support they need during their application and intake process. Before joining the Building Up family, Melissa has the privilege of working as an environmental educator for youth and children at Black Creek Community Farm. It was there that her passion for community development and empowerment truly blossomed. She also had the opportunity to work as a community organizer and volunteer coordinator with Access Alliance, collaborating closely with newcomers and refugees, helping them find their place and thrive in our welcoming community. Let's give them both a round of applause and welcome them to, and again, you can use emojis or your hands to welcome them. So let's get started. And by the way, I know you have a lot of questions, and so we will try to answer as many questions as possible. Kindly put your questions in the chat box. And if we don't get to answer all of them, what we will do is we'll put them together and then we will send them as a Q&A document to each and all of the participants of today's event. So let's get started. So I'm going to start asking the questions. So I'm going to start in an alphabetical order. I hope you don't mind. So Alexandra, I hope you're ready. So this is the first question for you, Alexandra. Could you kindly provide us an overview of your organization and the program and how it helps the individuals with employment opportunities?
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to see you all here. It's amazing to have the opportunity to meet some people who are actually looking for a job and build a career in Canada. I think majority of us, we are immigrants and we understand the struggle and how we start a new journey, right? In our life, when we arrive to a new place, definitely is a new beginning, a new journey. So I specialize in bridging programs. As Elena mentioned, we have 4 bridging programs here at the Mennonite New Life Center. And I will just start by explaining a little bit about what bridging programs are, because this might be a new concept. Not everybody is familiar with this name. And really, a bridging program is an employment program that allows internationally trained professionals to continue in the same career, in the same pathway, in the same sector here in Canada. So whatever you were doing back home, there's a lot of there's a huge possibility that you can actually start your career here in the same line. So bridging programs, what we really do is we help, as I say, internationally trained professionals to fill the gaps that we all have as immigrants. You know, we all. It's not because, you know, we're not great, but it's just because we are coming from different places, from all over the world. However, psychology is taught in Asia is not the same as South America or Canada, right? So there are a lot of differences. So really what we do is we have identified the main areas where we as immigrants need to learn more and kind of fill those gaps. And what we do is teach you how things work here in Canada. What are the things that you need to learn to be successful? Because again, it's not the same to practice in your career, your profession outside Canada than when you are here in this new place. So our mission of our programs is really to help you continue in this pathway, but learning a lot about the Canadian context and what we do here in Ontario in particular.
Thanks so much, Alexandra. That's great. Melissa, could you please provide a quick overview of your organization and the programs that you offer right now?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Melissa. I'm the outreach manager at Building Up. Building Up is a social enterprise and a training program. That means that we are a contracting business. We work in construction. We get contracts to train and employ people facing barriers to employment. So our program is 16 weeks long. 8 weeks are of in-class learning and 8 weeks are of on-site training. After you are done the 16 weeks of program, you're going to move on to your apprenticeship. So our program is a pre-apprenticeship program. It's meant to give you the skills of a brand new apprentice. We provide a whole bunch of wraparound supports to ensure that you are succeeding. And when you graduate from the program, you're ready to enter a career in the trades. So all we do is construction. We link people that are looking for a career in construction. So if that's something that interests you, you can visit our website, buildingup.ca. We have all the information there. And also Elena has my contact information. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'm happy to help you out.
And I certainly will definitely pass that information on to everybody here. And since I still have you here, Melissa, I am going to ask you the question that everyone's probably thinking, and that is, how much does this cost? So is there a cost for your program?
Our program is absolutely free, 100% free. Instead, we actually pay our participants $16.55 an hour for the duration of the program. So all 16 weeks of program are paid. The program is 100% free, no tuition fees.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And Alexandra, is there a cost for your program?
Well, I want to clarify that here at the center, we have 4 different bridging programs. So one is for people with a background in psychology or mental health. It's called BREM. And BREM, there's a fee for all of them. So the fee for BREM, the maximum fee could be $2,700. But that is for a 1-year program where you actually can get your registration as a psychotherapist, the first level to be registered as a psychotherapist. Then we have another one for human services, people who are interested in working in human services. So it's about $400 for the tuition fee, and this is a 6-month program. Then we have another one for people with a background in media and communications. And it's, again, 6 months, and the fee is up to $900, but $800 could be covered by the government with a bursary if you're eligible based on income. So it could be only $100 for the 6 months training. And lastly, we have one for women who are interested in software testing. And this one is $350, sorry. And it's, again, 6 months. And majority of our programs include even a placement for 2 months for the ones that are shorter, or for BREM is like 4 to 6 months. So you get a little bit of everything. These are paid programs because we offer a lot of training, and you get a lot of certifications and you attend different kind of workshops and all of that. So it's a very comprehensive package that you don't find everywhere.
That's a lot of information, and thanks so much, Alexandra, for sharing. I absolutely love that. And of course, you could always visit our website and get more information on that, and reach out to Alexandra as well. Now, my last question for you ladies is, what sort of advice or tips would you offer to our participants here today who are looking to embark on their journey towards training and employment? Because I know, like, there's a lot of programs out there, but what would you recommend? What sort of little tip that you would provide right now? Sorry, Alexandra, maybe we could get you to answer that.
Sure. So because my main focus is in people who actually obtain their education outside Canada, and we don't want to waste any of that, my first recommendation will be to actually check what kind of programs are available for people with your background. because there are a lot of bridging programs. We have 4 here at the center, but there are many more for other professions. So I will put the link once I finish my turn. I'll put the link for to the bridging programs that are available in Ontario. So check it out. You know, if you want to continue in the same profession that you were doing outside Canada, check it out. Do a credential assessment, meaning ask an organization to check the validity or the equivalency of your education to the Canadian education. Use that because your profession is worth it. Your education is worth it. So explore what the opportunities that you have here first before, you know, trying to do something different.
That's great. Thanks so much, sorry, Alexandra. Melissa, is there any advice or tips that you could offer our participants with regards to your training program or any other training program that they should be aware or you can help them with?
Okay, so I think that one of the best advices that we usually give newcomers and refugees is that you improve your English level. Our program requires an ESL level 6 of English. If you're not there yet, I encourage you to continue your English classes, your language classes to improve that. That will give you way more chances to get into the program and take fully advantage of it. If you're struggling a little bit with English, it might be a little bit hard for you to keep up with the program. It's a very fast-paced program. And also, I would encourage you to keep an open mind. The trades, maybe, for example, where I'm from, are not usually offered to women or women identifying folks. It's not a pathway that many women choose to go to. I encourage you to keep an open mind and to give the trades a chance. There's a lot of different options. There's so many trades that you can choose from, and the trades are a pretty profitable career. So it's a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of perseverance and a lot of dedication. But once you're in and you're working in a unionized environment and you're working towards your apprenticeship, you can make good money. So it's something to keep in mind.
That's great. Thanks, Melissa, so much for that, because truly, I think a lot of us are always wondering, should I, you know, maybe start a new career, a new pathway? And there's so many opportunities now that you're in Canada. So don't limit yourself to something that you think you might not be able to. I had a conversation today with the lady and she's like, I want to do trades. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So by all means, and if you have a profession and you want to, you know, continue with that, Alexandra is definitely the lady that you want to speak to. So I know you may have some questions, and so if you like, are there any questions, Luisa, that I should address? And if not, maybe you can unmute yourself and ask a question to our panelists.
Yeah, we have a couple of questions.
Great.
One of the questions from Mani Kalani is asking Melissa, do you support improving the language skill of the newcomers? Do you have any results for those participants that want to improve the English skills?
So we have a teacher on staff that's there to improve language and literacy skills, not necessarily for newcomers or people who might be struggling with English. That's why we have that prerequisite of having an ESL level 6, conversational level. You're able to understand what instruction in English, and also this is because of a safety concern. We really need all our participants to understand fully what's happening in the classroom. You're going to be using power tools. You're going to be using a lot of different things that could potentially be dangerous. So it's really important that you understand everything. We do support improving literacy and language skills, not necessarily on an ESL level. So we work with some folks who have had limited education, maybe just up to grade 9, and they need to boost up a little bit of their literacy, and we help out with that.
Okay. Thank you, Melissa. We have
sorry, you have another question?
Yeah, we have Bhavana. He is asking, okay, he told a little bit his history. I am Bhavna. I am new immigrant in Canada, landing in August 2023. I'm a business analyst with 8 years of experience. I'm finding it hard to get my first job here. First, homesickness is not easy to handle as it mental drains you. Second, my effort seems to be not so productive. Please give some suggestion to have a structured approach for the job search.
Okay, so that is a really wide question. So I would like to maybe leave that question for us to answer in the document, because that is a great question. And if not, you can stay behind and we'll be happy to answer that. But I do have one question for Melissa. Melissa, I remember speaking to you and you mentioned a red seal in our conversation a while back. And you know what? I don't understand what that is. Maybe you could share that with us, because I think that's very important for anyone that is thinking of going into the trades.
Yes. So the Red Seal certification means that you have already completed your training in the trades. Let's say you are a licensed carpenter, a licensed electrician. That means that you have your Red Seal. There's like certain trades that are Red Seal certified. And once you complete the training, the schooling, and the hours that you need for that, you become a journey person, and then you become a Red Seal certified tradesperson. So that's like the graduation seal. Once you've completed your trade, you get a Red Seal.
Okay, that is great to know, because I had no idea. I was thinking about that for so long, but okay, great. So I'd like to thank both you and Alexandra. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, please stay. And if there are any questions and you can help us answer, that would be great in the chat. And we are going to move along because we do have a tight schedule. And I'd like to now welcome, I want you to learn more opportunities about other employers. And so we have two employers here with us today, Yummy Market and Storwell. And Yummy Market is being represented here by Marla Marquez, and Nicola Sambalevsky is representing Storwell. So Marla Marquez, she's a mental health counselor at the Mennonite New Life Center of Toronto. Marla is a registered psychotherapist in Ontario with 20 years of experience working with clients who have experienced abuse, complex trauma, and PTSD. Marla has been with Mennonite New Life Center since 2021, and she has served as a mental health counselor at the Mennonite New Life Center of Toronto, where she's an integral part of our mental health team and the HOPES program. Nicola Sambalevsky, Nicola, please forgive me if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong, copyright and content strategist with Storwell. Nicola has been a copywriter and content strategist for Storwell's self-storage communications team since March of 2021. He maintains both internal and external communications for Storwell and its various divisions through memo, blog posts, articles, collaborations, and social media posts. Again, my friendly reminder is that we're going to leave the questions to the end. So I'm looking forward to asking a couple of questions. And I know I did this before, but I like to do this. I like to ask questions to the person with the alphabetical order. So we're going to start with Marla. Marla, here's a question for you. The first question: could you please provide a quick overview of Yummy Market and what sort of employment opportunities are presently available?
Absolutely, Elena. Thank you so much. So Yummy Market is a grocery store, it's a supermarket. They have 3 locations and they started on 2002, providing people from Eastern Europe to find food that they love in Toronto. And they are now recognized for their fresh foods and baking goods that are made from scratch. And now they are looking for different positions. They are looking for people to help at the grocery area, like, sorting shelves and putting products on their places. They are also looking for clerks for a deli and ready-to-serve seafood areas. And they are looking for cashiers and cake decorators and floral clerks. It is really important to note that even though they have 3 locations, at the moment they are looking for these positions, to fill these positions at the location in Mayor Mackenzie on Maple. This is 1390 Mayor Mackenzie Drive West on Maple, Ontario.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks so much. Nicola, would you be able to, sorry, I can't see you right now, but hopefully you're there, right? So Nicola, could you please provide us a quick overview of your company and the employment opportunities that are presently available?
Yeah, absolutely, Elena. Thank you so much for that introduction. As you mentioned, I am part of the communications team at Storwell. We are a self-storage company with facilities all across the GTA in Scarborough, Etobicoke, and Mississauga. And in addition to Storwell, we actually have several other divisions, one of which is Bid 13, which is an online auction platform. If anyone has seen Storage Wars, the TV show, that's kind of what we do just on in an online basis. And our newest venture is actually the Rook Hotel, which is a boutique hotel located in Mississauga that is set to open soon. And that is where a lot of our open positions are currently based out of, because we're still trying to fill in the staff for the hotel. So across our various divisions, we have lots of openings. Over the last few years, we've seen a great deal of expansion over all of our companies. So we have openings in a lot of different avenues, including construction, technician work, marketing, sales, software development, especially for our Bid 13 company. You can find a full list of all of the careers that are available at Storwell and our various divisions on our website, on our careers page. And we are trying to do our best to be as inclusive and as accommodating as possible during our recruiting process. I would highly recommend people to go to that careers page. I'm going to drop the link in the chat just so people have access to that. And along with applying directly on our website, I would also recommend people send any resumes or applications directly to the email we have set up, careers@storwell.com. That's monitored directly by our executive team that is in charge of all hiring decisions. So, submitting your applications on both of those fronts is the best way to go about the application process. And yeah, like I said, we can drop those links in the chat, and Elaine, I'm sure you'll be able to give that to the participants following the meeting.
That's wonderful. So is there any other sort of success stories or statistics you want to share? Nicholas, since I have you, this would be great, because this would really help a lot of our panelists who are here, who are probably wondering, well, what else do I need in order to maybe qualify for a job with Storwell or Yummy Market? Yeah, absolutely. We've actually, over the last few years, as remote work has become much more prevalent in the job market, we've tried to broaden our net when it comes to recruiting and hiring practices. So actually currently 33% of our employee base is from outside of Canada. And one particular story that I'd like to highlight is we were working with a computer programmer from the Ukraine, Sergey, a few years ago. And he was working remotely for a great deal of time, and the management team found a very good rapport with him, and just felt that he was a really great member of the team, and we wanted to continue working with him. And they actually worked together to bring his family over to Canada and help him with the process of establishing his life here. And now he lives right by our Scarborough location, and he's still, a valued member of our team and working towards the PR process. So, that's a story and we have a few of those stories throughout our company. So, in the last few years, as work has kind of opened up and allowed people to access work from all different areas of Canada and all over the world, we've tried to evolve with the times and make our processes as accessible to as many people as possible. And, we've ended up getting applicants and working with people that otherwise, in previous years, we would have never even thought of. So, that's something that we're just trying to keep front of mind going forward. And yeah. That's really an amazing story to hear, how you've actually helped someone from another country come here and with the employment and settlement. So thank you so much for that. Marla, do you have some success story or statistic that you'd like to share?
I do not have statistics, but I know that Yummy Market received on 2017 in the YMCA employee recognition event. They were recognized for offering employment and their commitment to providing part-time and full-time employment opportunities for people on the GTA. And they are also really committed to employ people on part-time and full-time who do not necessarily have experience in their area. So this will be a great place to work when we are beginning. And they are also offering medical and dental benefits for employees and their families. And they promote their employees within their company, which is a really good option if people are thinking about growing within the same company.
That is great. It's great to know that they have benefits and vacations. So that's amazing. So I do have one last question, and that is, I'd love for you to offer some tips or advice for anyone that's presently looking for employment, maybe tip and advice that not necessarily for your particular company, but in general that would help others to find employment or at least get their foot in the door. So any recommendations? Nicola, can we start with you again?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the number one tip that I would give to anyone is to not self-reject when you're applying to jobs. And what I mean by that is, often we see listings with all of the different qualifications that are required for a job, and we see, oh, I don't quite tick off every single box that's there, and you end up not applying for that job. But you could be a perfect fit for that job and the culture in that company, and you end up not pursuing that opportunity just because you don't feel you match every single requirement. And that's why we really recommend people when they're applying to our jobs, but jobs at any company, is if you don't match all of the requirements, still apply, because the skills that you have can be on paper might not match exactly with the job requirement, but at the end of the day you might be a great fit for this job based on the skills that you do have. And another thing that I would just say is be open to exploring different fields that maybe you haven't had experience with in the past. I mean, we are personally, we're a self-storage company, but we have people who have had backgrounds in all kinds of different fields, and they've come to our company with no knowledge of self-storage, but the skill set that they bring is really what we care about most. So, if you find a job that you think you would be a perfect match for, but it's in a field or industry that you don't have any previous experience in, I would say still apply, because you could still have that skill set that would work well for that position. And yeah, I think that's the number one piece of advice I would give to people.
Oh, that's a wonderful advice. Marla, is there any type of advice or tip that you'd like to provide us with?
Yes, definitely. Well, first of all, to seek and accept feedback, that's something really important, especially now that we are being presented with new or different circumstances that we may not know or may not have in the past, and we may need to learn new skills. So please be accepting of it and be always ready to learn something new and to try something new. I agree with Nicola that it's really important not to self-discard you, like not to tell yourself that you cannot do something, even if that's really new and you need to learn something new, like some new skill or to face different challenges. And also to set clear goals and seek support to keep yourself motivated, even though if you need some even mental health support that we offer, by the way, at the Mennonite Center. I mean, there are many different organizations that can offer different kinds of support that you may need, and please seek that support. That's really important because you are not on your own.
Great, thank you so much. Nicola, I have a question for you. And the question that I have is, because you're all about social media and strategy, what sort of advice would you give our panelists with regards to their social media, I guess, profiles that they have? What would you recommend, especially for anyone that's looking for employment?
I mean, I guess the number one thing I would say is, LinkedIn is such a powerful tool nowadays. So I think definitely if you don't have an updated LinkedIn account and profile, that's a thing that you can definitely easily set up, and it'll really improve your chances of getting your profile out there. Making sure that your profile is set to be viewable by recruiters is also great. And I would also say, when you submit an application to somewhere, because there's, the market is very difficult right now. There's a lot of people applying to jobs. To stand out, don't be afraid to, reach out to the recruiter. Try and find, if they're on social media, send them a LinkedIn request, or if they have their email address in the application, don't be afraid to send them an email. If nothing else, they'll just be able to recognize your name, and when they're going through the applications, something might spark in their mind, this person sent me an email, let me take a look at their application. So don't be afraid to kind of reach out to people in social media. And that goes for all different kinds of social medias. It's such a powerful tool. Don't be afraid to reach out, because I find that so many people just send the application, they don't end up reaching out, but it's very helpful to do so.
You're so right, and thank you so much for that piece of advice. Marla, is there any advice that you would like to share with regards to the other services that Mennonite New Life Center offers to participants who are looking for employment or who have just arrived and need more support from us for settlement processes?
Yes, thank you so much for asking that. We have plenty of services, since settlement services, and we also have English classes, and we also have this program that helps you clarify your goals on career, or if you need to assess your credentials, or you want to explore a new career, even if you want to begin your own business, we also have support for that. So, and we also have support, as I said, mental health support. We have groups for women, groups for men, and basically we are trying to develop new services as the needs arise, because we know that all the community that are newcomers, they come with many, then their needs are evolving. So the challenges that we are facing, and I will say, just give us a call. I'm sure there's something that we can do to help you.
Thank you so much, Marla, for that. And that's really great advice. So before we go, I do have one last question for Nicola. Nicola, if I heard you correct, I heard that Storwell is about to launch or open their first hotel. Is this correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're working on a kind of a new project for us, working on the construction side. Obviously, our self-storage facilities are our main business, but we've kind of trying to pivot into the more land development side of things, and we've constructed this new hotel in Mississauga, and it's something that we're still trying to get off the ground. Obviously, a facility like that, an industry like that, requires a lot of staff, so that's something that's definitely going to be our main focus moving forward. And it's a very exciting project and a bit of a new direction for us. So we're very excited about pursuing that. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. So that means you'll be opening the hotel sometime 2024, and you're probably going to start looking for employees. So for anyone that's here, you may want to, check out Storwell's website and send in your resume, because there are opportunities out there. So before I say thank you and let you go, I know that the participants probably have lots of questions. And I do want to say that this particular segment is so timely right now. Your information has been truly helpful and informative, because a lot of us are looking for employment and we need your support. So thank you so much. Any particular questions right now, Luisa, from the audience? I had lots of questions myself, so.
Okay. Like more of the participants are interacting and they got the answer. They asking for Nicola. Could you please share the email address you mentioned? Absolutely. Yeah, question has been resolved through the space. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks, Luisa. I do see one question where, and this I believe happens to a lot of people. The question's from Alishba, and she says, I've gotten many certificates to get a job, but I don't even get an interview. I've attended workshops, but still I have no interviews. And this is, and maybe Nicola could kind of, or Marla, or both of you can kind of just give us a little bit of like advice for this lady, because I know it's very disheartening when you've applied to so many places and you don't even get a phone call. Nicola, do you want to take that with?
Yeah, for sure. I can speak to that a little bit. I definitely really sympathize with that situation because a lot of companies right now are getting so many applicants, and it's very difficult to reply to each applicant, and it can be very disheartening when you take the time to create a cover letter and a resume and create an application, and then you don't hear anything back. That's a very difficult thing, a very difficult part of the process. And I would say, don't be afraid to, like I said before, try and get the contact information of maybe not even the right person at a company, but any person at a company that they can direct you to, because obviously, if you're working from a referral basis, that, increases your chances of getting an interview tremendously. So, trying to find any contact in that company is great. Also, if you see, there's often multiple rounds of job applications, and jobs get reposted. So if you see a job that you've applied to and didn't hear back from, and you see the job reposted a few weeks later, don't be afraid to apply again, because you don't know what that process could be like. But like I said, it's a very difficult process, and it is something that's just it's difficult and just something that you have to get through.
That's great. Thanks so much for answering those questions. Thank you, Marla and Nicola, for joining us today and for sharing this great information. I know that I'm taking a lot away from this, but most of all, I'm excited that that Storwell has some great opportunities coming up, as well as Yummy Market. So please make sure to check out their website. So if you don't have any other questions, we're going to move along to the next segment. And so we're going to get to talk to two recruiting agencies that help newcomers. And I'm very excited about this particular segment because I know we talked with employers just now, but now we're going to talk about how the recruitment agencies can actually help you. So again, thank you to our panelists from Emergitel and Jumpstart Refugee Talent for taking the time to join me today and join us and share their expertise. So please help me in welcoming Mitu Kanduja and Tony Jabur. So hey, welcome everybody. So feel free to clap or send emojis. So I'm going to first introduce Mitu Kanduja. She is the managing director with Emergitel, with over 17 years of experience in the recruitment, staffing, and client relationship. She's working with enterprise clients across North America. Mitu has led cross-functional teams and worked closely with clients to truly understand their workforce needs and candidates to help them meet their aspirations. And Tony Jabur, he is the program manager with Jumpstart Refugee Talent. Tony is a highly dedicated program manager with Jumpstart Refugee Talent, a national not-for-profit organization that was established to empower refugees in Canada to secure meaningful job opportunities. Tony's diverse background includes scaling up small to medium-sized Canadian businesses, managing international development projects, and building the capacities of marginalized groups. His personal experience of being a refugee has given him a deep empathy and understanding of the unique challenges that refugees face, fueling his passion and commitment for social impact and creating pathways for talented individuals to connect with the professional community in Canada. So I am going to start again and welcome Mitu and Tony. And so again, alphabetical order, Tony and so Mitu, here are the questions that I'd love to ask. Could you kindly provide a quick and brief overview of your company and the services you offer to help individuals with employment and training opportunities?
Thank you, Elena, and hello, everyone. So Emergitel we are a staffing and HR solution firm. So we've been in business from last 17 years. We work with clients in Canada and US And now, very, very recently this year, we have actually expanded ourselves to UAE. So our enterprise level client that I mentioned in my introduction are the client in the technology space. We work with clients in IT, in telecommunications, in healthcare, in banking, and also in retail. We help these clients secure talent in IT. And when I say IT, I actually means titles like project managers, business analysts. I just saw Bhavna, she mentioned in one of the comments here that she's a BSA, she's looking for work and she's not able to get the job. So titles like business system analyst, developers, solution architects, project managers, program managers, PMOs, the list is very, very long. But yes, we help people with experience and these sort of titles find employment in North America and across actually.
Well, that's great. Tony, could you please provide us a quick overview of your company and the services you provide?
Sure, Elena. First of all, hi, everyone. Elena, thank you so much for the opportunity to join you today. I saw on your website that it's Mennonite's New Life Center 40th birthday, so that's amazing. 40 years of great work. So talking about Jumpstart Refugee Town. So we're a nonprofit organization that started back in 2016. So we're a relatively new organization compared to the New Life Center. But the reason we founded the organization is that we realized that the biggest challenge for any refugee that is arriving to Canada is finding meaningful employment opportunities. And the word meaningful is extremely important because we want to make sure that when refugees do arrive to Canada, that we're able to link them and find them an opportunity that they find as meaningful, something that is related to their skills, to their expertise. So our focus is on that. We have several programs. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I'm going to mention the ones that are more related to employment or employment support. So the first program that we have is a mentorship program. So you'll be linked with a professional when you do register with us to be able to have those conversations with them and learn from them how to be able to navigate the system in Canada. The program is for 4 months where we can connect you with someone from the same industry that you come from. So it's a great program. I'm going to talk as well about the employment support, and this is the program that I work in. So how the program works is that we connect with different employers across Canada from different industries. We have more than 150 employers that we work with on a regular basis. And what we do is they share with us different opportunities that they have, and we take a look at the job description. When the clients register with us, we'll have their profile. So we go in on the system and check their profile, and if their experience matches with the job description, with the position that we're working on, we'll be building that connection. We'll be sending the resumes to the employer and try to create that opportunities for refugees. We only work with groups that identify as they got forcibly displaced or refugees. And I'll talk later on more about which groups we work with specifically.
That's great. Thank you so much. Now, is there a cost for registering with your services, with your company organization? Me too?
No, there's no cost. For job seekers, there's no cost. All you guys have to do is, if you want to look for right opportunities, go to the website. I can drop the link here in chat for everyone. Go to the website. In fact, I'll specifically direct you to the job page. You have the opportunity of searching through the jobs, put your keywords, put the location where you're in, your experience criteria, and you'll see the list of jobs that you qualify for. And that page also has an opportunity to actually set you up for job alerts. So just give your email ID, give your name, and then whatever and whenever there's a job posted which matches your experience and your qualification, you'll get the alert from our website.
That's great. Tony?
We're a nonprofit. There are no costs to any of our programs.
Okay. So, and this is probably a question that may or may not be appropriate. So are there any, I know that because you service so many different industries, And maybe what you could probably provide is like, how can our participants maybe describe themselves better with regards to their eligibility criteria? Because from what I'm hearing from the questions that are being asked, it's like a lot of them are finding it very challenging to apply to jobs because they're feeling that they've applied, but or they've self-disqualified because they feel they don't have all of the criterias, or they're not totally, or they don't have all the skills. So maybe you could help me with that, me too. Like maybe you could answer that, because I know it's a big question.
No, sure. I can take that. In fact, I wanted to say this to everyone who is here on the call today, that we have the reputation of being a talent partner with our clients, where we promote diversity and we promote talent which is new to Canada. So new immigrants, if they come with experience, the struggle they feel is they've got tons of experience that they bring in, and now if they land here and they start struggling because they don't know who to contact, how to apply for jobs, how to do their resumes. So our team actually take efforts in talking to these people and actually helping them customize their resumes and apply to the job. One of the things that I speak to a lot of newcomers whenever they're very, very frustrated and they don't know where to go. They come to us and we help them. One of the things that I've realized is, and here I might disagree with some of the things that we've been discussing on the meeting before, on this call before, do not apply to every job that comes your way. You'll have to take time to see if you qualify for the job, how you qualify for the job, what do you have in your resume that you should highlight. Maybe there are a lot of things that you've done before, but you're not talking in your resume about it. But if this job that you are looking at, if it talks about any transferable skills, any knowledge, any experience that you've done, you just have not mentioned, talk about it in your resume. We as recruiters, every job that we post, we get thousands of applicants coming in. But if they don't qualify, if they're not meeting the criteria, they never hear from us, because this limited calls that a recruiter can do in a day, and they pick to talk to people who really qualify for the job. We sometimes just don't go past the titles that we've had for so many years, but that research piece is very, very important. Whoever is looking to apply for jobs, research what sort of titles you should target. Don't only go for titles that you've had in your resume until now. Research, see what are the industries, who are the people that are hiring in that space, and network with them. Just don't blindly apply to jobs on posted on websites. That is not going to give you the success 100% of the time.
That's great. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Tony?
It's very challenging when someone is coming to Canada and they're trying to find a job that is meaningful for them. I'd say the transferable skill is really important. We are trying to have those conversations with our clients all the time, trying to understand better their skills, trying to understand better how are they going to be, they're going to add value to the employer. So I understand that for many positions that are online right now, there's a lot of applicants. And this is a conversation that we're having with our employers all the time. Sometimes they're getting 500, 600, thousands of resumes to just one specific position. So with our work, what we're trying to do is we're trying to highlight few of our clients and their resumes and their experiences to the employer. And we're taking the time to explain what skills they have and what transferable skills they have that can be a good fit for this role. So having those conversations with refugees and with our clients is helping us explain better how they can be a better fit for the employer. And that's when we reach out to those employers, we can let them know, okay, those are certain skills that can be useful. They might not hit like all the requirements on the job description, but I had a conversation with them and they're very strong. And that, because of this trust that we built with employers, that can help us to push forward refugees for specific jobs.
That is awesome. So this is my last question, and I'm going to go back to me too on this one. So what sort of advice or tips could you offer the participants that are right here with regards to working with recruiting agencies and maybe even other hidden markets that you might be aware of? that you could share with us today?
Okay, so especially if you're looking to work with an agency, recruiters are very, very approachable when they work with agencies because they're always hunting for the right talent. Understanding this piece is also very important, that for agencies, they're not creating jobs. They are being assigned jobs that come from their client. So when you are in touch with people who work with any staffing agencies, they should be working in your space. Like if you are looking for a job in support and you're talking to me, I might not have a lot of opportunities for you. But if you're a project manager or you are a developer, because we hire in that space, if you talk to me or anybody in my team, we might be able to introduce you to some opportunities. Not all staffing agencies and not all hiring recruiters work on similar client set. So just do a bit of research on what are the agencies that work in your space, who work in the sort of industry that you're looking for a job in, who work in the sort of technology that, or let's say the sort of jobs that you're looking for, and connect with them. Drop them an email on LinkedIn if you can. Book a time with them. Most of the time, like more than 50% of the time, they will be available because they also want to speak to you as much as you want to speak to them. So talk to them, and then whatever you can ask in terms of recommending any changes in your resume, keywords that you should include, be open to work on those changes. And while you're doing that, the sort of impression that you put on a new recruiter or anybody that you're talking to for the first time is also very important. So as much as you work on your technical skills and you talk about them, working on your soft skills is also very, very, very important. They should feel like you are the person that you are the candidate or you're the job seeker that they can easily sell to their clients. So if you're not yet, just start working on your soft skill piece also.
Can you kind of give an example of what a soft skill would be? Because many people here may not understand that.
Okay, I can explain. So if you guys have been into any interview process, I mean the participant who are looking for jobs, there are two types of qualifications that most of the employers look for in you. One is, can you technically do the job for them? The other one is, how well you fit within the team, how well you fit it into their culture. Are you someone who's a team player? So the way you talk, the way you present, which also could be something that, how do you present your accomplishment? How do you talk about your past teams and colleagues? How do you talk about your past employer? When you're talking about this opportunity, how passionate you are about this new employer that you are interviewing with. Do you talk with respect? Do you understand the Canadian culture? So that piece of understanding the Canadian culture, and again, this is not the word that a lot of us like, but it is important that you're going to be part of a team that is already in place. So just try to present yourself as someone who can do this job. I don't know if I've elaborated and given enough details, but yes, it is very, very important how you're coming across. Are you someone who's already too nervous? They might not be too confident to take your profile and book an interview with you with their client.
Well, thank you so much, because that is true. I mean, a lot of the times, most of our participants, it's very hard to translate soft skills as an important skill. So, Tony, that being said, what sort of advice and tip would you provide our participants when it comes to not only registering with a recruiting agency, but also understanding, the amazing skills that they do bring and highlighting them?
Yeah, honestly, Me Too's advice is like my number one advice as well, to any of the clients that I'm working with. It's very important to understand that interviews in Canada are structured in a way, and that makes it much easier. It doesn't make it more difficult. It's different from other cultures and other countries. But once you understand interviews in Canada and how you're able to present yourself and how you're able to explain your skills, and just improving interviews by itself is a skill, and being able to explain your experience is a skill on its own. For us, Jumpstart Refugee Talent, we work in recruitment, but we are very special because we are refugees. We had that experience. We understand the challenges. I still remember the first time when I first came to Canada in 2019. It was a challenging time, and it was COVID, right? Like after 6 months after I arrived, COVID happened, and a lot of the advice that I got when I first came here is that yeah, you're not going to find a suitable job. You're not going to get what you want. Always trust yourself. Always work on your skills. Your experience back home is valid. You don't let anyone tell you that your experience back home is not valid. You need Canadian experience. That's a big lie. If you're able to present yourself and be able to show your skills, that's more than enough for you to be able to get the job that you deserve in Canada. Based on your skills, I'd say if you have some time and you're looking for a job as well, try to build your skills. Try to learn specific language that companies use in Canada. That also can help, and try to build your experience. And when it comes to working with us specifically, I sometimes I have conversations with our clients, and it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes. They're just telling me about their struggles, and I listen because I've been there. I had days where, to be honest with you, I was crying. I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna be able to find a job, and I don't. Maybe I'm less than others here in Canada. And after I got the opportunities, I realized no, we're all similar. It's just maybe we have a different language or we come from another country. But if you're able to pick up quickly certain skills that you need in Canada, you're gonna be highly successful because there's a lot of opportunities, and Canadians are very helpful, and it's great to be in this country.
Thank you so much, Tony. That is so uplifting. Thank you so much. And you're right. I think all of us have come to Canada with different experiences. But the wonderful thing about today's Job Connect Cafe is that we have been able to provide you with 3 different industries. One is training, one is employment and recruiting. So please know that if you're not sure of what sort of opportunities are available, reach out to us. We're here to support you. We want to help you succeed. And we know that you're going to do amazing things here in Canada. So, Luisa,
Elena,
yes?
sorry, I just wanted to add one thing is that please make use of the services that are available here. There's a lot of services, there's a lot of support. You're already doing a great job by signing up with New Life Center, and you're joining us for this session, but there's a lot of services. And when I first came here, I didn't know they exist. There's us. If you want, you can reach out to us. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, but there's a lot of services, and please make the best use of them because they can be really helpful, whether it's bridging program or organizations like Jumpstart, where we can send your resume to the employer. Just make sure you make the best use of those services.
You're so right. And you know what? I was going to skip a part, which is like the most important part, and that is the question. Do you, the audience, have any questions for Tony or me too? I know I have lots of questions, but it's not about me. It's about you. So tell me any questions, Luisa?
Yes, actually, thank you, Tony, for those words. I was really encouraged. And Monica Lani has a question for you. You means there, Tony, you means custom or specific skills for the employers?
Yeah, it's really important to read the job description and understand why they're asking for those skills. Even in interviews, try to understand the reason why an employer is asking you that question. Always read the job description before going into an interview. Prepare examples that can be a good fit for the role, and just try to customize your answers that make the most sense for the employer that you're meeting with. All of those can really help. And of course, sometimes if you have, and I would recommend is that you, after reading the job description, if you want to edit your resume as well, add certain skills that they're asking for. If it's missing from your resume and you have it, then please do that. If you don't have those specific skills, don't just add them to your resume, because at the end of the day, that's not going to work. But if it is like certain skills are missing from your resume, but you know you have them, then please make it as make the best resume possible that you can move forward to the employer.
Thank you. Actually, Roberto Sandoval is asking you, has Tony's own web page? If you can share absolutely your website, please.
Yes, so I'll share a couple of things. First, I'll share my LinkedIn. You can connect with me. If you're a refugee or you're a newcomer, it's okay. Please connect with me. If I can't help you through Jumpstart, I'll try to help you on my own. But we do only work with refugees or displaced people. So I just want to mention a couple of things that any refugee claimant, protected person. If you're previously was a refugee, but now you have like a PR or citizenship, that can work as well. Or Ukrainians that came through COET, that works as well. Or any Iranians that arrived on a temporary visa, we work with them as well. So as long as you identify that you got forcibly displaced from your country, we're able to work with you. But we only work with clients that have CLB level 5 and plus as well, because the majority of the employers that we work with, they do require a certain level of English. So if you're not there yet, then please focus on English, because that's the most important thing that you can focus on at start.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you, me too.
Well, those are all great questions and great advice. So I do have one question for me too. And me too. When I met Neela, who is the president of the company, she told me something that was very interesting. And what she told me was that when anyone registers with your recruitment agency, normally they go through a test, and that test allows the client to be basically confirm that they actually know the skills that they're saying they know, especially when it comes to computer programming, anything like that. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes. So I can definitely share some more insight into the test process that Anila was talking about. So let's say we have a job of a data analyst that requires SQL, that requires some other tools, let's say 3 important tools that our client needs. So when we shortlist 5 people who look good on resume, before we send them to the client, we send them an online link to do the test, which is a very, very basic test to basically test if they actually qualify for the job. Can they actually do the reporting and the data the way client is expecting them to do on the job? Based on their results is how we decide that who is the right person to go to the client interview. And again, for agencies, for every job that they get from the client, they have limited spots to present the candidate. Like we cannot send every candidate who is coming in or who's applying through the portal to the client. So they go through the technical evaluation, which is the test that Anila mentioned. Then they speak to our recruitment team who qualifies them on rest of the skills, like the soft skills, the communication skills that we were talking about. Then we prep them. If they are called for a client conversation, we do the preparation with them. Like this is how you should talk about, this is what you should talk about, you should mention in your previous experience, and other technical things also that we do the prep with them before they finally go and sit in an interview setup.
Thank you so much. I didn't want to miss out on that because I think our participants would definitely benefit on that. And me too, before you go, kindly provide the contact information on the chat so that anyone that's here can actually use it and connect with your website and the contact information. So that's great. So we have no more questions, and I know that Luisa has a great conclusion. So please let's meet Luisa. She's a highly skilled and versatile professional with expertise in psychology, nursing, project management, and cognitive behavioral therapy, with a master's degree in CBT and an academic bridging course on women's studies and gender feminism. Luisa brings a wealth of knowledge to her work. With extensive experience in psychology and nursing, she has developed a holistic approach to understanding the human experience. With a unique perspective on the adaptive processes that shape individuals. Luisa is committed to promoting useful resources for the Mennonite New Life Center community and using her skills to create positive change and improve the lives of those who work with, taking a person-centered approach to support individuals and communities in need. Luisa, welcome.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you to everyone. Well, thank you very much to everyone who attend our event today. Also, a big thanks to everyone who helped make this possible. We hope you enjoyed the presentation and that this afternoon was very enjoyable. We also like to give a big thanks to our director for making it possible for us to use this developmental space for this event. It is very important to have your support in those events. I would also like to thank our mental health manager, Leticia Esquivel, for enriching us with her experience and professionalism. The information we have received today was very valuable, thanks to the project manager, Alexandra Rodriguez at Mennonite New Life Center, We were able to highlight the 4 bridging programs available and hope they help the community to fill out the gaps to be successful continue in the Canadian context. Thanks also to Mitu Kanduha, Managing Director with Emergitel, pioneers in the recruitment process in the tech, IT, and telecom retail and health industries. In USA and Canada, the advice Mitu give to us is are highly valuable. Also thanks to Nicola Assambeleves, who by explaining his work to us, allow us to learn more about Storwell and its assistant for employment opportunities in Mississauga and GTA, and help the newcomers to explore new opportunities in terms of learn new skills and improve social media profiles. Thank to Marla Marquez, part of Hub's programs, who represent Yumi Markets and its jobs offers. Today, we have the opportunity to meet companies committing to reducing barriers in terms of employment, such and building up. Thank you, Melissa Sabon, for your work as a manager and for your dedication with the community. Remember, the construction training is a free program that actually will pay you and link you up in the construction sector. We are also very grateful for Tony Jabor, the program manager with Jumpstart Fuji Talent. Thank you for coming, for sharing about the several programs that you have. One of them is the mentorship program to help the refugees to be able to navigate through the system, connecting different industries and create new opportunities. We also agree and want to highlight your mission with your support for refugees and all the immigration barriers that can affect integration. Last but not least, thank to all those who entered and participate. We wish that the information today was helpful and that you enjoyed today acquainted with those companies. As you can tell, a lot of time was put in those presentations, so please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. If you have any question or would you like more information, we will be more than happy to answer your questions and address any concerns that you may have. So thank you so much. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
you.
much. You're right. We learned all that today, and thank you for the support that we received from all the staff. But most of all, thank you to you for attending today and the panelists. You made all this event an amazing event. And so again, thank you very much for joining us today, and we wish you a wonderful afternoon. If you have any questions or any concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. We want to help you. We want you to thrive. And we look forward to the next one. I think that will be in 2024. So thank you very much and have a great evening.